we could do something different, or...
Go. Put your hands behind your back. Stop fighting.
I get my phone.
Put your hands behind your back. Hey, we're gonna take you inside and get you cleaned up. Listen, we're gonna take you inside for a couple minutes, get you cleaned up, okay? Because you look like a mess. You don't need to walk around like that, okay? And then you're on the ground. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah.
Cops have a duty to make citizens feel safe, but what happens when they forget their duties and become a danger to citizens whether off duty or on shift? Here are two crazy stories about dirty cops who realized they made a huge mistake.
I hate to do this, but based on what I'm seeing with you right now, I believe that you're operating a vessel impaired, so I'm going to place you under arrest for DUI. Do you understand? What I need you to do at this time is turn around and face away from the sound of my voice. Okay?
Lieutenant Matthew Griffiths noticed Sergeant Ryan Harvester from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office speeding his boat down Crystal River. When Lieutenant Griffiths managed to get him to stop, he decided to have a chat with him to see what was going on. But right away, he noticed something a bit off about the 35-year-old cop's behavior. Harvester wasn't acting quite like himself, and some strange signs made Griffiths even more curious about what was up.
You guys visiting from somewhere, or?
Yeah, we're near Tampa.
Roger that. Where at?
I'm Safner. I served in the county. I worked for the sheriff's office for about the last 15 years.
Okay.
But, yeah, right in the general vicinity of Tampa.
Okay.
I'm, like I said, I'm Safner, which is about, I don't know if you're familiar.
The Hillsborough PD, or, Hillsborough Sheriff's Office?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm, Tampa's about 10 miles west of where I'm at, technically. But
Okay.
like I said, I'm Safner.
Okay.
The lieutenant started to suspect that Ryan might have been drinking, so he carefully brought it up. Ryan kept it together, pulling the classic "I'm totally sober" act. Right away, he started throwing around the fact that he was a cop, like that would somehow get him off the hook.
You put me in kind of a position here. How much have you had today to drink?
I had 4 or 5 beers, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
had several when we were out at the sandbar.
Okay. All right. You know what I got to do to make sure you're okay, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, man. Don't take control of your boat. Just give me 1 second. Angelina, when you get a sec. All right. I'm gonna bring you over here and make sure you're okay. Before I do that, I need to put your life jacket on you. You can put one of yours on if you want to. Okay? What's up, buddy?
Can you shut this down?
You can leave it running or shut it down. It's up to you, man. 5340 Crystal River.
Nothing about Ryan's behavior came across as someone sober or in control, and as it turns out, the lieutenant's suspicions were spot on. Despite the awkwardness of the situation, the lieutenant decided this was worth looking into a bit more closely, determined to get to the bottom of what was really going on.
All right, man.
Is the operator going to be Ryan?
Need a hand?
Or
Yes, sir.
Andre?
All right, buddy. Here, take a seat right here out of the rain. Take a seat right there. Thank you. 10-4, Ryan.
10-4, 10-23. 6344, I'm going to be out with him. 10-4.
Can you do me a favor? Not you yet, Ryan. Hang on. Tie up to him midship and aft. Okay? Sir, have you been drinking today too? Okay. All right.
The lieutenant politely asked Ryan to sit down and stay put while they checked everything over. Ryan figured it was just routine and that things would turn out fine. Honestly, though, it was just lucky the lieutenant respected him as a fellow cop, but that didn't mean anything that happened that day would be overlooked.
Harvester is Andre 5429, Ryan Harvester, 2027, 5429.
10-4. Angelina, you about ready? Okay. All right, dude, you're going to be drifting for just a second, and my fellow officer here is going to come pick you up. Be right back with him. All right.
But when Lieutenant Griffiths called for backup, Ryan started to worry about himself. What was really going on? Like he was just now realizing how serious things were. He decided to ask Lieutenant Griffiths why he was being held in the first place, even though he knew it, or maybe he was just trying to buy himself a little more time.
I'm curious why did you get me in the first place?
Well, like I told you, man, you came through that manatee zone too hot, bud.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
You want me to put that behind you, or because you're not going to be able? You can put it right behind you, because you're not going to be able to hold that. All right, man. Do you have any physical defects or disabilities?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any defects with your eyes? I got you. You sick or injured? Under the care of a doctor or dentist? Okay. Are you taking any medications for drugs right now? Okay. All right, you wearing contacts?
Lieutenant Griffiths started asking Ryan some personal questions about illnesses or disabilities he might have. Ryan answered, surprised, like he didn't get why Lieutenant Griffiths was asking, or how things usually go when cops suspect someone's drunk. I mean, he was a cop himself. He should know how the law works, right?
Okay. All right, man. Please sit down at the front edge of your seat. Put your arms down at your sides. Place your feet shoulder width apart so you're comfortable and stable. You stable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do not move your feet until the tasks are over. Stay in this position and do not do anything else until I tell you to do so. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, dude. I'm going to check your eyes, all right? Top of this is going to be my stimulus. You ready? Follow with your eyes only. All right.
If you guessed a sobriety test was next, you're right, no surprise there. Just because Ryan was on a boat doesn't change much. It's still a motor vehicle, and he shouldn't have been driving it drunk. Lieutenant Griffiths told Ryan to do the usual first sobriety test, or all he had to do was follow the tip of a ballpoint pen with his eyes without moving his head. A lot of people might think this is the easiest test ever, but Ryan didn't see it that way. In fact, he realized it wasn't going to go well for him, so he immediately started making excuses. Maybe he thought that would help him get out of his situation much easier, but honestly, I think he only dug himself deeper. Let's hear what Ryan had to say.
Is it from looking this way,
Just
or
from the light.
just from the light? Okay, can you turn us? Do you mind turning us?
Requesting that we
All right, take a break for a minute.
You're it.
Me, yeah, I'm like, hey.
Did you get any sunscreen in your eyes?
I don't think I did, but
Okay.
from holding them constant.
From holding your eyes?
Yeah, from holding them open constant.
I
when
got
have
you.
my
I
sunglasses
got
on.
you, man.
And then changing it,
All right, man.
it throws. I don't know. If I can put it back on.
We'll give you a break. Okay, how do you feel now? Do your eyes feel rested?
Yeah, they feel better than they
Okay,
did.
we got one more eye thing, man, and we're done. Okay.
Lieutenant Griffiths wasn't fooled and saw exactly what Ryan was trying to pull. Even gave Ryan a few minutes to rest after Ryan claimed the sun was messing up his focus. So, Lieutenant Griffiths switched things up a bit, having Ryan do the finger-to-nose test, where he didn't really need his eyes. So how do you think Ryan did with this one?
Forward, remain in this position while I explain the task, okay? Good deal. When I say begin, you're going to tilt your head back to a 45-degree angle and close your eyes. So it's going to be like this, and you're going to close your eyes when I ask you to.
Yeah.
When I tell you to, you're going to touch the tip of your nose with the tip of your index finger and immediately return it to your side. Okay. This is your fingertip. It's not the pad and it's not the side. This is the tip, and the tip of your nose is right here, okay? It's not the side and it's not the bottom. So if I say right, you're going to return your hand immediately to your side, okay? You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then when I say left, you must touch the left index finger to your nose. All right? Ready to go? Okay. Go ahead and begin. Get in position. All right. Left.
Well, it didn't exactly go well, since Lieutenant Griffiths moved right on to the next task, the palm-to-palm exercise. For this one, Ryan was supposed to put his hands together, one facing up and one facing down, and just count 1, 2, repeating as Griffiths had explained.
You're going to place your hands palm to palm with one hand up and one hand down. Just like this. Okay? Remain in this position while I explain the task. You understand? Okay. When I tell you to begin, turn the top hand over and count out loud 1, and then turn the hand back over and count out loud 2, counting only when your hands make contact like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. You're not going to do a progressive count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just 1, 2. Okay, you're going to repeat it and speed up as you go. Do not stop until you're told. Make sure your hands and your fingers are parallel during each pat, just like this. Go like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Got it? You understand? Okay. Begin.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Speed up.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay.
Lieutenant Griffiths tried explaining the final task to Ryan, but to Ryan, it was like trying to understand nuclear physics. None of it made sense. Griffiths, staying patient, decided to demonstrate the exercise himself, making sure there'd be no room for excuses this time. Now everything was clear, or at least it should have been.
Is you're going to close both of your hands just like this, and you're going to place your left hand at the center of your chest and your right hand against your left, just like this. Okay? Good. All right, remain in this position while I explain the task. When I say begin, you must perform 4 tasks, okay? The first is to count out loud from 1 to 4 while you move your fists in a step-like fashion, making contact with... It's okay, I'll stop.
I'm sorry. You too, sir.
All right, I'll repeat that one.
Yes, sir.
The first task is to count out loud from 1 to 4 while you move your fists in a step-like fashion, making contact between your fists at each step. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second task is to memorize the position of your fists after you have counted to 4. hands 3 times and return your
No matter how many times Lieutenant Griffiths tried to show or explain the drill, Ryan just stood there, watching in silence. He didn't even seem to realize how drunk he was, unable to process the simple instructions. But Lieutenant Griffiths had a lot of patience and went over the exercise one more time. You could tell he cared about keeping Ryan from getting arrested and wanted to give him every possible chance.
fist to the memorized position. So, here, this is where we ended.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Right.
Back here. Got it? All right. The third task is to move your fists in a step-like fashion in reverse order, counting out loud from 5 to 8, returning your left fist to your chest. 5, 6, 7, 8. The fourth task is to open your hand with your palms down and place them in your lap. You understand? Okay. I'll go through the whole thing. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ryan got every chance to prove to the cops he wasn't drunk, probably way more than anyone else would have in his shoes, but unfortunately, he didn't make the most of it. Lieutenant Griffiths had no choice but to treat Ryan like he would anyone else, even though he didn't want to.
That's it. Good to go? All right. Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, dude. I hate to do this, but based on what I'm seeing with you right now, I believe that you're operating a vessel impaired, so I'm going to place you under arrest for DUI. Do you understand? What I need you to do at this time is turn around and face away from the sound of my voice. Okay? All right. Just place your hands nice and easy at the small of your back.
22, 530 to 1320.
Lieutenant Griffiths arrested Ryan, but the worst part was that Ryan was making faces as he disagreed with the decision. Still, Lieutenant Griffiths treated him with more respect than Ryan showed back. His decision was absolutely fair, yet he offered to put 2 handcuffs on Ryan instead of 1 to make him more comfortable. Can you believe it?
Okay, bring the palm over here. All right, man, you're kind of big, dude. You want 2 sets? Do you want 2 sets?
It don't matter, man.
I'm gonna give you 2 sets, all right, bro?
Jesus, man.
All right, I'm gonna give you 2 sets. Just leave your hand easy there, bro.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm sorry, we're counting, man. You just
I know, man.
got me. Ruined it.
Dude, I'm not.
Ruined your bud.
I don't like this anymore. I don't like this any more than you do, bud.
That's what you gotta do, man.
All right, listen to me.
22, 530 to
I'm gonna do the best. I hate this, but I'm gonna do the best I can for you. Is there anybody that can get your boat? And where did you launch from?
Crystal Isles, whatever it's called, the RV resort right
Okay. Down the canal up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take a seat. All right. Is it just you and your buddy here on vacation? Is that it? Who so they're back at camp?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but she can't get it, man.
She can get it back in there,
But she don't know how the hell to do it.
but we can at least get it to the seawall.
Honestly, it's frustrating how rude Ryan was to Lieutenant Griffiths when he got arrested, acting like it was Griffiths' fault he was in the situation. Ryan made a mistake, but he wasn't acting like a cop who realized he'd messed up and made a huge mistake. Instead, he was a rude and angry, dirty cop, like he genuinely thought he was being unfairly arrested.
Okay. And then when everybody gets right, you know, we can deal with that. I got it. I'm gonna get this going.
River 53, 56, 13 to 20.
Daryl, I'm on. roll. I hate to dump this on you, but do you guys mind helping out with getting the boat back?
Oh, not at all. I was just saying, do you want me to transport or?
No, I'll take him back and I'll just knock it out. I'll tie this up to the yellowfin and I'll
Okay.
get back as quick as I can.
Get his wallet.
Okay, your wallet's right. Is your ID in your wallet, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's right.
Is it okay if I open it in front of you?
Sure.
Okay. Is it okay if I pull this out?
Sure.
All right, sir. And I'm gonna put everything right back in behind here. All right.
Man.
Still, Lieutenant Griffiths stayed professional to the very end, even though Ryan deserved harsher treatment more than once. He even asked if Ryan was going to grab anything from his boat before they headed back on the police boat, then to the patrol car, and finally to jail. Ryan kept asking for things, though he wasn't really in a position to make demands.
All right, they're all about. Angelina, they're in that canal up there at that RV park, Crystal Isles. Do you mind towing them back? They don't have anybody that could run. It's right up here on the right. Do you mind?
Up here on the right?
Yeah, it's up there on the right. Crystal Isles RV Park. You just go through that canal and it's right there on your right. Just get them tied up to the seawall and you're good to go, all right? Thank you. Do you want is your cell phone in the boat? Do you want to take that with you?
On the boat. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna get his cell phone for him. 5340 Crystal River.
5340.
You assign a case number, signal 1, 1015.
It wasn't until they were on the police boat heading to the patrol car that Ryan finally realized how serious things were. Only then did he start worrying about what would happen to his boat, even making requests to cops on other boats. Honestly, he should have thought about this all sooner. Sure, a nice day on the river and relaxing on a boat sounds great, but there are rules also.
You guys try to get the boat loaded up and we'll go from there. Nothing I can do, but I'm okay. Yeah.
Is that your wife that's back there, sir?
Yes.
His wife. Hey, his wife is back there.
John, you got her number? You have Andrea's number?
His wife.
All right.
Do
Yeah.
you want him to get it?
If he can, man, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's all right. I understand. Angelina, you got a pen and paper? All right, tell it to me.
813.
This is last four. You got it? All right. Roger that.
10-4, Power 5311. 10-4.
Lieutenant Griffiths began driving himself and Ryan to the police car, but Ryan was desperate. Just imagine what it must have been like going through his mind at that moment. He probably thought it was all over for him, that he'd ruined his career over something so foolish. So, he decided to give it one last shot to get himself out of the situation. Can you guess what he tried?
One to the RV park, Crystal.
Are you worried about knocking that over? Do you want me to move it in front of you, or? Okay.
10-4.
Here, I just don't want you to damage your phone, man.
65 beginning hour. 10-4. 1550. 1550.
Is there any chance you got a supervisor available that I can talk to, man? I mean,
I'm the only 10-8 supervisor here. You can talk to my captain if you want.
If I can, man, I promise you I'm not trying to be an ass, but golly. If you don't mind, man, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
Ryan asked Lieutenant Griffiths if he could talk to his superiors. It's funny, he thought another cop would overlook everything just because he was a cop too. In reality, being a cop should actually put him in a tougher spot. I mean, cops are the one who enforce the law. They should be the first to follow it and set an example, right?
Here's the deal, man. I've got a Hillsborough County, you're on speaker. I've got a Hillsborough County Sergeant, 1015, Signal 1 Bravo, and he wanted to speak to my supervisor. I've got you on speaker if you don't mind just listening to what he has to say.
Yep. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, sir. I mean, I'm not going to give you like a big spiel. I just was hoping maybe someone could
talk to me, and I, you know, I don't know, man. Like I admitted, I had a few beers, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I don't have a whole lot to say other than I was hoping maybe we could do something different, or someone could just possibly give me a ride back to camp, and I don't know. I guess that's all I got. Like,
How many years do you have on this?
Lieutenant Griffiths decided to follow protocol and called his captain since Ryan insisted on speaking with him. But when Ryan got on the phone, the conversation was awkward. He was stammering, clearly feeling it was a bit ridiculous to ask for any favors at this point. He still went for it.
14 and some change, sir.
All right.
Almost 15.
For Hillsborough?
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, we get in these situations, and I don't know if you've encountered them on the road or not yet.
Unfortunately, I have, and I understand.
Sometimes these situations, in today's age, take a turn for the worse when we extend a professional courtesy, is
Yes.
what in the old days we called it.
Yes, sir.
We're not in those days today, and that can end up being worse for you and can end up being worse for us.
Yes.
The best thing to do, exercise your rights as a person.
Yes, sir.
I can't give you legal advice.
I understand.
To Ryan's disappointment, the captain stood by Lieutenant Griffiths. Must have been hard for Ryan to realize that not all cops were willing to bend the rules as he was. The fact that he asked for special treatment and wanted things handled differently shows he'd be willing to cover up another cop's bad behavior, which is pretty terrible.
Professional courtesy of calling your supervisor. If you would like to call your supervisor and speak to him directly, you can certainly do that. Exercise your rights as a citizen. Remember, we try to cover things like that and actually make us all look worse responsible. Okay?
Yes, sir. I understand.
These are not the first time your agents.
Hey, I'll holler at you at the dock, dude. I got the captain talking to this guy. I'll explain in a minute.
Things like the stop signs or the not having registrations on board and little infractions and things like that. Those are all things we've all shaken each other's hands on before. But when we get to things like this, it's just not something that we do. Couldn't ask your folks to do that to my guys either. So that's where we're at on that, okay? Is there somebody I can call? Somebody that's lieutenant that you wish to call for you? Or how can we make this as easy as possible?
I believe that my buddy is going to be able to get hold of my wife, and we'll be okay as far as that goes. I appreciate it, and I understand what you're saying. I do. Like I say, it is what it is. I'm not gonna beg for anything. I'm not gonna ask for big favors. I was just hoping that.
The captain explained to Ryan that he understood the concerns, but that they couldn't just let him go because they had to follow the rules. But clearly there are cops like Ryan who are always ready to back each other up whenever they need cover for bad behavior. It's a mindset that puts loyalty over the job's integrity, and Ryan's actions showed he was willing to go down that road.
We could consider it. I don't know. I guess it is what it
I'm sure
is.
you have a professional standards office.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
For your county.
Absolutely.
There are times where the
I'm gonna tuck it right here,
professional
okay?
standards will work with the state's attorneys, but again, that happens
uncomfortable?
at the highest level of your division, at the highest level of the process. It can happen at the field level. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, Tommy. I wouldn't normally do this, but can you politely ask them to... Can you guys give us a little privacy for a minute? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I don't have a choice, bud. And I appreciate it.
You're good, Tommy.
I wouldn't do anything different. It hurts, man. It hurts.
I know what I can guarantee you. Perfect guy on the other end right now.
I know, and I understand that. I understand that. You're exactly right. I do get it. I do.
All right, man.
But for some reason, Lieutenant Griffiths felt bad for Ryan, even though there was really no reason to. He offered to let Ryan sit in the front seat, still handcuffed, when they got to the police car, so he'd be more comfortable with the air conditioning. Honestly, I think Ryan got treated better than he deserved, even though Lieutenant Griffiths handled everything professionally.
All right, dude, the best courtesy I can give you is a front seat ride where you have air conditioner. How's that?
Don't mind. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
You're not being a jerk at all. Well, I'm offering it. I'm offering.
Yes, sir.
Because that cage is hot.
Don't, yeah. Is there, I mean, not to be...
What's up?
Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm good.
Hang on.
Yes, sir.
I'll move some stuff out of your way.
Yes, sir. Is there any chance I can call my wife and just tell her that I'm fine? Or no? If not, it's fine.
As soon as I can do that, I will. I promise you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, just hang there for a second. I'm going to get the AC going for you.
However, the issues didn't stop once Ryan and the lieutenant got to the police station. Ryan refused to take a breathalyzer test, which was pretty contradictory since he told the captain he'd only had a couple beers. If that were true, why would he be so afraid to take the test, right?
Let's swing your right leg out. And have a seat right here. I don't know if what they use that for, and I don't want it to bang you in the head. Unlocking the door.
Ryan ended up with 2 charges, one for BUI, another for refusing a breathalyzer test. His lawyer decided to file an appeal, but what do you think? Does Ryan really deserve to go unpunished? On December 3rd of 2017, while tailgating outside of New Era Field before a Buffalo Bills game, Nicholas Belcito got arrested for throwing a beer can at some sheriff's deputies. His friends were really upset and started asking the cops why they were taking him in, but the cops saw this as a challenge to their authority, and from there, things quickly went downhill.
I got it. Hang on. Where's your wallet?
It's my back in my pocket.
Why are you throwing beer cans at cops?
I did not mean to.
Okay.
My friend just told me just pass the can. What are you hitting me, asshole? I'm sorry.
The guy who got arrested was named Dylan. He tried to explain to the cops that he hadn't even thrown the can at them, someone else did. He was just trying to catch it. But the cops were set on taking him to jail. For them, it seemed important that their pride was hurt because someone threw a can at them in front of everyone.
He wasn't trying to hit anybody.
What?
I'm not even that drunk. Like, I'm not even trying to hit.
What'd you think was gonna happen?
My friend was like, hey, toss it up to me, and then he didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to hit him in the head.
Monitor 31.
You can test my alcohol right
Is that going to be behind the beer garden?
now. I'm graduating in 2 weeks. Like, I'm not trying to.
Well, you're going to jail today.
Or, but it's in the parking lot between the right.
It's too late for that.
And the rock.
This is my last weekend here.
On the under road side or the 20 side? We're out 20 by our trailers here.
You're gonna sit there. No. Well, great.
The situation got even worse when Dylan's friends, Nicholas Belzito, went up to the cop car just to ask where they were taking him so he'd know where to pick him up later. But as he was leaving, Nicholas said a few choice words to the cops, which they didn't appreciate, especially with people watching. So they decided to escalate things in a way no one expected.
I'm sorry, I'm just wondering where you guys are going, so I'm gonna meet my friend there and just like...
Who's your friend?
The kid in the back.
Okay, well, you want to go to jail with him?
No, I'm just
Then
curious.
beat it.
No.
He's going to jail. Beat it.
Okay, can I go? Can you tell me the location?
10 Delaware. Beat it.
No, what do you mean? Like, tell me the location.
10 Delaware.
10 Delaware, thank you.
Beat it. Come here.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop fighting.
Can I get my phone?
Put your hands behind your back. Hey, come right down to the ground. It's gonna be easier.
Right down the ground. Down the ground.
Can you believe these cops arrested Nicholas Belzito just because he said a few nasty words to him? Aren't cops supposed to defend and protect everyone's freedom of speech as part of their job? But these guys acted more like dirty cops and quickly realized they'd made a big mistake. People nearby were yelling at him, saying they couldn't treat someone like that, especially when he wasn't even fighting back.
Second kiss, yeah. Even right there.
You could see it on the face of the cop who arrested Nicholas Belzito after knocking him to the ground. He wanted power and authority. It's a shame people turn against him. What's he gonna do now? Arrest everyone just for disagreeing with him? From the way he looked at them, you could tell he thought he could. He wanted people to fear him.
Watch over my shoulder. I didn't call for anything yet. Who's in the car?
Just when you think this cop couldn't get any worse, let me tell you, he actually attacked Nicholas with a baton, leaving him with serious injuries, including a broken nose and head wounds. This cop should definitely be in jail for assaulting him, but believe it or not, that's not even the worst thing he did.
Back up.
You push these people back.
As I said, things just kept getting worse. When the cops who attacked Nicholas got together with their colleagues, they told them that Nicholas was injured in the car because he resisted and even attacked them. Someone really needs to remind these cops that just because they say something doesn't make it true.
No, we have a facial injury from a resisting arrest. Oh, okay. You want to take that one?
Check that and then we'll come back. Okay.
Discon, resisting, obstruction, reckless criminal mischief.
Yep.
Right? Here he goes. Good job. You okay? I got blood. G4.
Lot 4, G4, back corner of the lot on Local Community Drive.
Nicholas was bleeding so much in the back of the cop car that, even though they didn't want to, they had to stop by some nearby emergency workers to ask them to clean him up. But their reason was pretty strange. They weren't trying to help him, they just didn't want him messing up their car. If you think I'm exaggerating, see for yourself.
Clean him up. He's got blood all over him. His nose is bleeding. Just gave out another one for somebody jumping off the top of something at K1.
We were told that at E3.
Oh.
That's why we went to E3.
No. You know, there was people jumping at E3, but none of them are hurt, I don't think.
Okay.
Nicholas refused help from EMS, and the cops' reaction was even more shocking. They beat an innocent man, and were now upset he was bleeding. I mean, when someone refuses medical help, the cops should have been heading to the hospital, not standing around discussing their next move. How many more ways do you think these cops can fail as public servants?
Have a good day. Come on,
Uncooperative?
doesn't want anything to do with us. So it solves my problem. Yeah. He's got blood all over and everything. He's got it all over the car. Yep.
We rolled down the window for him to talk to the EMS guys before they got out because he's being a and he doesn't want anything to do with EMS. He won't let them touch him. I don't think we're gonna. He's not, unless he gets out of the car to get seen. But he just told these guys. So I'm not gonna take him out of the car. The car's full of blood anyways. We're just gonna have to take him down. Thank you.
These two worst cops wanted to make sure that no one, not even their colleagues, found out what really happened. They kept playing the victims, claiming they had to attack Nicholas for everyone's safety. I just don't get why they felt the need to lie when their body cameras recorded everything, clearly showing that Nicholas was no threat.
Refusing it?
Works for me.
We got two guys in a row.
Yeah, who's the other guy?
There's the chiefs here.
Through the beer can, and we were pushing. They were rocking Arnie's car, so I pushed everyone back. I was getting them away from the car, and the beer can hit him in the bowl. So we, what's his face was in the crowd. One of the undercover guys was in the crowd and grabbed him from the beer can. So we got him for that. And his buddy comes up stuck on the window, and then he's I get out the rest of the disorderly conduct. And we're fighting.
Oh yeah.
342 and exchange.
Well, obviously they're not going to take him away, so looking like that. He's got it cleaned up.
Just a reminder, while these cops were standing around debating what to do, even though it was obvious Nicholas was sitting in the back of the cop car, bleeding with a broken nose and head injuries. You think any of them were even slightly concerned about his health at that point? No, the only thing that mattered to them was making sure they looked like they were in the right.
North side? We can take him to the south side here.
It's up to you guys, though. I mean, I know we always connect. We'd have to talk to the chief or whatever they want to do. I don't know what is their...
Negative on 54, watch 06, go ahead. We're in 2 with 82, it's literally under control here. 10-4, 206.
He's got to stay in his Well, that's what I mean.
All calm.
Do you want our 8 down here, like our ambulance to take them somewhere, or do you want them to go into the stadium?
Well, we're in for a Boston.
John can pick up the car. Right. He's got his ultimate destination is the holding center. We just got to clean him up, right?
I'm going to move to the back.
Doesn't look like it's that serious.
After who knows how long, it was finally time for the cop in charge to take Nicholas to jail. Nicholas tried to defend himself, saying he'd been unfairly arrested and was just asking where his friend was being taken, but it was too late by then. The cops already come up with their fabricated story, leaving Nicholas with nothing more he could say against him.
Can't wait to figure it all out. Hit me in the face with a baton for asking where my friends are. Look at the blood on the goddamn window.
I'm out with that fire. They have it out.
I didn't touch shit.
You didn't kick the car?
I didn't touch anything.
You didn't kick the car?
Why would I kick the car?
Did you kick the car?
No. So he walked up and he hit you with a fucking baton just because, sir.
The cops even accused Nicholas of kicking their police car, which was a complete lie. But by then, it was their word against his. Over the radio, you can hear them adding to the story, making it sound better for themselves. Meanwhile, poor Nicholas, still injured, is sitting there without even a chance to defend himself.
They both are. This guy, the first guy, we're out there just keeping the crowd back, and he starts throwing beer cans at us, and Bill Granville snatched them. New Windsor, New York. Is it Cornwall, New York? I don't know. It sounds like Ontario County.
For asking where my friends go.
Do we have a plan?
I'll take him over to the south side. Have a manhole coming in.
Right.
One for the holding center to get cleaned up.
Okay.
So to get cleaned up, he's going to go on a transfer rate. He's going down the holding center.
What about the other? When you go?
He's going down on the.
They're both no bail.
Correct, no bail.
I can't get into terms. We got all your...
And you've been wondering how bad Nicholas's condition really was? Well, you're about to find out. Prepare yourself, it's hard to watch. You can't help but feel sad when you see the look on his face, knowing he's helpless in the situation.
We're gonna take you inside and get you cleaned up. because you look like. Listen, we're gonna take you inside for a couple minutes, get you cleaned up, okay? Because you look like a mess, and you don't need to walk around like that, okay? After that, okay, we're gonna go and get you booked in, and then you'll be out to see the judge, okay? Whenever they set it up. I don't know when that is. It'll be either tonight or tomorrow, okay? It's not.
It's just ridiculous.
Okay. Well.
Because I did nothing wrong.
All right.
I would like
well,
to not be charged with it. Like, I just
the time. Can I stop? The time for discussing it. We're all done discussing it, and you can take it up with your attorney later, okay? Because that's what's going to happen. Right now, let's go get you cleaned up so you don't have a bloody face, okay? Are we going to be all right when we get out of the car? Okay.
I can't believe you hit me.
This way. This way.
You'd rather not touch it.
Just, all right. Stop. Just go with the flow. Well, it's not up to you.
Look at him grabbing me, man.
It's over here.
These cops might have said they wanted to help Nicholas and clean him up after his injury, but let's be real, they did this to him for no good reason. One of the cops even tells Nicholas he shouldn't be walking around like that, probably hoping no one would see how badly he was hurt. It seems like just another way to cover up what they did.
Hello. How's it going, man?
All your other people now, anyway.
107, man. We're headed into something.
We ended up doing that, taking care of that one anyway.
Oh, Jimbo, there you go. Yeah. He's going to be number 12.
Yeah, that's not face paint.
Ask where my friend's going.
At the hospital, while Nicholas was waiting to be cleaned up and taken care of, a new cop showed up to list everything he was supposedly arrested for. Trust me, you'd be just as shocked as Nicholas was. Just imagine how he felt, sitting there listening to the cops who kept adding more and more false charges to make him look worse.
Being arrested for disorderly conduct.
Disorderly
He
conduct.
was fighting
Yep.
with the police.
I was fighting with the
And
police.
he refused to get handcuffed.
Yeah.
During a fight.
I got grabbed from the back and then I threw stuff. And then he threw me on the ground.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Wow,
Just shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay? Shut up.
Yeah. You know what?
Shut up.
A lot of my views have been
Quiet.
different tonight.
It's quiet. He's asking a question. He's getting an answer. Quiet.
Hello.
So he caught the stick.
His ultimate destination is the holding center. He refused EMS to the scene, but the chief wanted him to at least get looked at and try to get him cleaned up.
All right. Well, if you feel good.
He got hit in the nose during the course of his resisting arrest. So.
Okay. Can you call your primary doctor? Yeah. And just let them know what's going on. Okay. Perfect.
This cop was so out of line that he kept threatening Nicholas right in front of the doctors like he hadn't already done enough. Sure, maybe he felt powerful at that moment, but really, he just picked on someone much younger, weaker, and unarmed. Someone who couldn't even fight back. You think this cop will ever realize he made a huge mistake?
Oh, you're welcome. No, I'm not stressed out. No, don't feel bad.
Can I ask you for a favor while you're in there? There's blood all over my arm. Thank you.
That body cam?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Appreciate that.
July 12th, 1995.
Did you notice how these two cops who arrested Nicholas were acting all dramatic just because they got a little blood on them? Meanwhile, no one was helping Nicholas get cleaned up or checking out. They were just too busy questioning him.
What happened, Nick?
I asked where my friend was going. Away. Up. Well, first he hit me in the face with a baton for no reason, and then threw me against the ground. That was about it. Any pain in my face, nothing. Yep. Sorry, Doc.
Service. Yeah.
But the cops weren't the only ones in the wrong here. The female doctor who helped Nicholas at first clearly took the cops' side and didn't really do her job as a doctor. Honestly, I don't know who was worse, the doctor or the cops. Sad to see people who were supposed to be our source of peace and safety acting like this.
What's his disposition? Where's he going?
Last chance, final answer.
Do you guys want to let him wash his own face? Because I don't have time to wash his face for him.
Understand. That's up to him as long as he's going to go with the flow and not fight with the police anymore.
You can wash your face? Okay, good stuff. Yes, there's soap in there, there's paper towels in the chair. We'll wash them.
You don't have a New York State driver's license or on there? What's the
That sink, red can, the washcloths and everything when they're done?
Fine.
Okay.
When we were walking down, you told me it was in our case. How'd you get?
The doctor said she didn't have time to wash his face and told the cops to let him wash up himself, then put handcuffs back on him. Sure, you'd agree that's one of the worst things a doctor could say. What does she even mean that she doesn't have time to help a patient?
What's mom's cell phone number, Dad? 716?
Should save one of them to dry his face off.
Remember Dad's cell phone number? Wow, is that huh?
Of course, these bad cops were all for Nicholas washing himself, but when he was done, the cop who injured him wasn't happy that he hadn't got every bit of blood off. Even though Nicholas said it didn't matter, the cop insisted he clean it all. Guess he wanted Nicholas to look as hurt as possible. What do you think?
You good?
Yeah,
Clean.
A little bit underneath your neck here. Sorry. Want to wipe it off or not?
Nicholas,
Yeah.
take your bloody stuff out of there.
Yeah.
Throw it in that red garbage can.
That's an extra one you can dry off with.
The doctor who said she didn't have time for Nicholas was apparently too busy to even check if he was okay. Or maybe she just wanted to cooperate with the cops no matter how wrong it was. The cops, though, seemed satisfied with the hospital visit, even though Nicholas didn't really get any help and had to wash himself. Now they could at least say they took him to the hospital.
Doc, are you all done with him?
I am done with him, yes.
Okay. Do you need anything else from him?
We're gonna need a.
They are done. She said not. She said they don't need anything else from him.
Okay. Stand up.
Turn around, put your hands in your rig.
No problem.
What was your blood sugar when you just said that? 230.
Do you want to get her name or the name of one of the doctors that's seen him?
Nicholas's lawyers sued the cop who arrested and injured Nicholas, and it was later decided that he overreacted and caused all those injuries for no reason. But that wasn't all. This cop also falsified documents and gave a false report about what happened, which eventually got him suspended. Honestly, I don't think it's enough. He should go to jail. What do you think? Today's video was wild, but we've got even worse cops lined up for next time. Be sure to stick around, and we'll see you in the next video with even crazier stories.